Do you think he cares if you go in there, you do a good job, and he gets sentenced, but you were a great lawyer? Or do you think he cares if you win? Like, you're in a result-based business. No one cares if you went in there, you advocated your best, or came up with a creative argument and you really articulated it well. No one cares if he goes to jail for 40 years.
You are now tuning in to the Relentless Project. Real people, real stories, real life.
What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a great holiday. We're back for the first episode of 2026. Welcome back to the Relentless Project. Real people, real stories, real fucking life. We talk a lot on this show about what happens when you win, but I'm more interested in what happens when you get told no, what happens when you get cut, when you come up short, when things don't go according to plan. Do you just pack it up, or do you find another way? My guest today is the definition to getting cut from the D1 roster, but he used that fuel to pivot into a new arena. He traded the baseball diamond for the courtroom. He spent time fighting for veterans to get their benefits, cut his teeth in criminal defense, and last October, just a year after passing the bar, he took the leap to launch his own firm, Rosnick Law. He is an attorney, he's a Muay Thai practitioner, and a coach to the next generation of athletes. Jacob Rosnick, welcome to the Relentless Project.
That was nice, man.
Smooth, man. Doesn't it make you sound better than you feel like you are? When people talk about me, I'm like, none of that's true. And they're like, well, you do this, you do this, you do this.
It's
I'm
facts.
like, shit, I guess so. So when someone says, who's Jacob Rosnick? How do you answer that?
I mean, that's a tough question.
It's loaded.
It's a loaded question. I would say family man, all around, just try to be a good person at all times. I was talking to somebody on New Year's Eve, and it was like, I just feel like if you put good out into the world, good comes back to you. And I think that I strive to be a good person in whatever realm I'm in or whatever room I'm in, you know? So that's what I like to think of myself.
How can you be good when you're an attorney? That's what people will say.
It's tough. A lot of my clients probably don't think that, but
no, I think attorneys are, I think it's like cops, man. It's a necessary, quote unquote, evil, right? Like we're here because bad things happen. Attorneys are here because bad things happen. And you have to defend the people who, right? We may be disagreeing at one point in time in a courtroom, but it's like, I don't know shit about law, right? If I ever did something and now I'm getting charged, guess who I'm going to have to call?
You're going to have to call an attorney.
Yeah, you have to call an attorney.
That's the thing with it. Like, anybody who contacts me or my office is not calling me because things are going good. They're not in a good mood. Like, hey, I'm happy to talk.
Having a great day. Can I call you today?
It's tough when I call or someone calls me. I'm like, hey, how are you doing? They're like not good. I'm like, I probably shouldn't ask that. I got to switch up my question.
Dude, that's me too. Like, I'll get there, something bad just happened. Like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Obviously bad. I'm here. Sorry about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What's the difference? Is there a difference between attorney and lawyer? Like, someone got online and started going on about it, and I was like, oh, I never realized there was like a difference.
I guess that attorney means you're licensed, whereas lawyer means you graduated law school. But like, I don't see it. I think that's my understanding of it. I'm not really sure. People say it either way, and I never thought anything of it. So
yeah, someone went off on a social media tangent about attorney versus lawyer, and I was like, I guess I never realized there was.
Is that right though? What I said?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was asking
I should know. I guess I should know. I'm both a lawyer and an attorney.
Yeah. See, look at that. No, people ask me questions about probably things I should know. I always say this as a cop. Like, as a cop, it's not my job to know everything, right? It's my job to know a lot of the liability, right? Like what the lines I can't cross and shouldn't cross. But it's my job to figure things out, right? Like, I just got a call the other day for that's probably a little too graphic to get on. Oh, see? I told you. Anyway, I got a call that I've never dealt with for the first time. And she's like, well, what are you going to do about it? What's it? And I'm like, listen, man, been doing this a decade. It's the first time I've ever had this. And it's not like anything's exigent circumstances right now. So I'm like, I'm going to get back. I'm going to talk to my supervisor. We're going to figure it out. I don't have the answers for you right now, but I will find them for you. And like as a cop, I feel like that's how you should approach things that you don't understand instead of just trying to lie on the fly.
100%.
Right. So I'm like, we're going to figure it out.
It's the same way as being an attorney. Like, I'll get a call of this crazy fact pattern of somebody got screwed over, or somebody, their house caught on fire and they lost, say, their son's ashes. And it's such a niche issue where you have to look into the law. Like no attorney knows every law off the top of their head, or every case that came through the West Virginia Supreme Court. It's impossible. And I was never the student who was like, I really want to know what the Supreme Court said on this. It was like, I wasn't really interested in like the analysis side of it. When I was in law school, I didn't take it as seriously as I should have.
Yeah, but you should know.
But you can figure it out.
To go
yeah, but
to figure things out.
I know how to do that.
And I feel like that's important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always wanted to be a lawyer or an actor. Well, like actor as a kid, lawyer more as an adult. As I'm a cop, I love debating. And if you're my friends, you know how much you know how much I like to push things.
I do think acting and being a lawyer kind of go hand in hand. I wouldn't say acting per se, but like when you're doing a trial and stuff like that, like you're having a theme of the case, you're kind of almost putting on a show to a point, obviously in the realms of that rule book. But it's a lot of attorneys embrace it a little bit more than me, but like theatrics and like really getting people to believe the story you're telling them.
Well, because your goal is to convince a jury. And if you're just up there and you're like, these are my facts of the case, my client is in it, they're going to be like,
listening to that shit.
But if you're, you want that truth? Famous line that had to come up. Like, dude, I'd be like, fuck, all right, dude.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
It's tough. And it's a lot easier when you know, like, you really believe what you're talking about. It's a lot easier to have that passion come out because then it's genuine, Say believe.
Now I got to ask a difficult question. Hypothetically, let's say you're like, man, this person is really making it hard for me to defend them. Like, how do you go about doing that? Because as a cop, right, like someone reacts to something and they violate the law. As much as I'm like, I understand why you did it and I agree, I may agree with it personally. However, it is against the law. So now you two, it's like I get put in positions that I'm like, listen, bro, or sis, this is the cards we're dealt. Like, how do you handle having to defend a client that you may not agree with? Because you also have a responsibility and a job that you took an oath, right? You guys take oaths.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to uphold the Constitution as well and defend them because everyone deserves, what's the terminology? Right and equal, whatever. Everyone deserves to have proper defense.
Yeah.
So, like, you may not agree with something, but you've taken an oath. So, like, how do you handle that?
So, it's tough. Like I was telling you before we hopped on, I'd take public defender cases where like the judge assigns me a case. It's just I do it so I can stay active. So those cases I don't get to choose. They'll send me possession with intent to deliver fentanyl or a sex crime or a lot of stuff that the general public is like, this is horrible. And those cases are extremely tough. When it boils down to it, not every case is going to trial. That's a lot of times where you can negotiate a plea, maybe get someone into a treatment facility, maybe get someone the mental health help they need, a lot of stuff like that. In terms of me choosing a case, if you're accused of doing something crazy and I have a gut feeling that it allegedly may be true, I'm not going to take your case. I'm not going to take your money because I want to give you, I want to be honest with you. I'm not going to be in the courtroom pounding the table, like fired up, like this guy is getting screwed over. If I don't feel that way, I'm not going to be the guy for you. And it's not saying I won't take a case to someone who committed a crime, but it's like at the same time, we got to be honest about it. We're not going to go into the courtroom and try to lie to 12 people about what happened. We can cast reasonable doubt on it, but I'm not really into that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's good. No, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
that's a good answer. As a lawyer, I mean, it's hard because you started a law firm, right? So
yeah,
like
it's a business too, though.
It's a business. You need to pay the bills, and hopefully, I don't know if you've hired employees, but they need to be paid too, so they can take care of their families. But also, you're like trying to remain true to who you are as well.
It's funny you asked me that question because when I first opened, I retained a case. It was a sex crime. I won't get too much of the details of it, but I was on the case. I reviewed a lot of the evidence. They paid me a good amount of money. I mean, it's a serious case. He's looking at 80, 100 years. It's a life sentence if found guilty. And I reviewed everything, met with him and his mother a few times, and it was like I was losing sleep over it. I'm like, I could go in there, maybe do a great job and get him off, but like, I don't know. It was like it messes with you, and it's tough being a lawyer because a lot of the stuff you see is very traumatic, or not necessarily traumatic, but it's intense stuff. I mean, you got to leave it at the office sometimes, and that one was sticking with me. So I gave him a full refund. I worked hours on their case, full refund, go find someone else.
Also, like, we have a job to do on this side to present a thorough case, not cut corners, right? So like I don't get upset when a lawyer finds something or an attorney finds something where I fucked up and uses it and exploits it, right? I think a lot of people get upset at that, of like, wow, he got off on a technicality. But it's like, this is in place so that we can assure a fair process. And I know everyone has their opinion on the court system, and I may agree with a lot of them, but I just did a debate. Well, I was telling you earlier, it's not released yet. I got flown out to LA to do this debate, and I can't really speak on who it was, but like, that was one of my points. Like, I'm like, I may not agree with a lot of the other cops on this panel regarding this topic, because I think we should be held to a higher standard, and that our job literally demands us to approach this in a certain way. I can't cut corners. I can't commit a crime to get the person because I think he did it. Like, that is not my job. My job is to get all the evidence and all the information and present it so that you guys can battle it out in court. Now, if I don't do my part, I undercut this person who now can't do their part. How can you be upset that it falls through? So like, if you ever see like, oh, there's some technicalities here that, we can cast a shadow, be a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
Would you use it?
Yeah, I would. Like I said, like, I believe everybody has, I mean, it's the Constitution. Everybody has their rights. And
I know my rights.
When we get into court, that's a lot of these cases are one cop on the case. I mean, lower level cases. Yeah. Like, there's one cop on the case. He did the entire investigation. Everybody has a bad day, He might have had a long night or just got off a 12-hour shift or some shit, and he didn't. Bro. That's me. And he didn't do his best job, and
that's not
like I'm saying, like, when I'm up there, I'm going to walk through like the whole process of how we got here. Like, what did you do when you arrived on scene? What happened after that? Like, we're going to go through all this. You're going to have to talk about what happened, and it's going to be on body cam too. A lot of times I see officers with the Miranda issue. A lot of people don't understand that, but I think there's a lot of issues with that.
See, I love when someone's like, "You didn't read me my rights."
Yeah, exactly. I hear that every day, man.
I don't have to. Yeah. I'm not asking you any questions. I'm actually telling you to stop talking. Dude, I love it. The only time I read Miranda for no reason is when I want you to shut up. Yeah. And at the end, no offense, I know it's a little, I'm using tough language, but like, they'll be, they're going off, and I'm just like, look, you have the right, read them. I'm like, and I highly advise you.
Please stop.
To use it. Use it. Stop talking. Or I'm just driving, and they're like, "Wow, the reason I did it was because," I'm like, "Bro, like, stop talking. I'm trying to do you a favor here. Stop talking." People don't realize what happens in that cage. And this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I wish that there was some sort of law that allowed us to just release footage prematurely. I would love to be like, "Hey, look, this was your behavior yesterday. You're a new person today. I understand things were tough. But like, just this was you, unfiltered."
Yeah, and it's funny you say that. I had a case about 2 weeks ago where it was court appointed. It was basically assault an officer, and it was body cam. He was biting, spitting, doing everything to the officer, being the worst. And after the hearing, it obviously didn't go well for him. The facts weren't on our side, but I was talking to my client after, and he's like spazzing on me, like, "You're not giving me a good defense. You're not giving me a fair defense." I was like, there's no defense to that. Like, you're in 4K, my man.
Yeah,
like,
you put me in a difficult position.
I wish I could just snap my fingers and make this better for you, but it's just not how it works. You can't just, you're getting held accountable for what you did, is kind of what that situation is about. And a lot of them are really hard to deal with in terms of that. Like, they expect you to be Superman or get them off on a technicality, or like a lot of people who are in the situations they're in just have never been accountable for anything in their life. And that's kind of where,
yeah, it's tough, man. Like, even with you're trying to do someone a favor, and you're just like, "You're making it very hard for me. Like, you're tying my hands."
Yeah, and I care a lot about my cases too, so I take pride in what I do. So
I'm same way. I love what I do.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I'm not here to be a douchebag.
Yeah,
I do not get paid for arrests. I lose money.
Yeah,
right. Like, not that it's
not like you're getting commission per arrest
I'm
or
like,
something.
Like, dude, let me help you out here. Fuck you. Okay, like, fuck me, sure, but can you just leave? They don't want you here. You're done doing business here. Why are you still here causing us? Leave. Fuck that. You can't make me. Actually, I can. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm trying to give you the option.
Yeah,
dude.
I love watching that on body cam footage of the cops being so cool. Like, you just leave and no
That's
problem.
it.
And then they just argue, and then they end up spending the night in jail
Yeah,
until they
like,
can get bailed out, and now they got to pay me.
Or they just take me to jail. Why? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I have to drive 25 minutes into the city. I don't want to do that. You don't want me to do that. This jail is not friendly. I tell them, like, there's a lot of people having bad days in this jail. You don't want to go there. Take me to jail. Bro, can you just call a ride? Just call a ride. Just call a ride. If you had $1 for every time I beg someone to just call for a ride, I would be retired.
Yeah.
I'd be retired, but people just take me to jail. And then I take them to jail, and they're crying, and I'm like, literally, bro, I just tried to avoid this.
It's too late. There's no going back once the handcuffs are on you.
So I went on a little rant about law enforcement. People don't want to hear, but
it's tough though. Like, yeah, even like on Tuesday of this week, another court-appointed case. Like, that guy, I've had him a few times. I haven't been practicing that long, but I've had him appointed to me a few times, and like, he actually wants to be in jail because he's homeless and he's a drug addict. Like, he's literally committing crime on purpose, which is sad. Yeah.
And that's tough because, a lot of the mental health resources aren't where I agree they should be. And that's tough. And I've had to do that too. Funny, man. He has since passed away, which is unfortunate because every time I've dealt with him, he's been super cool with me. But I remember one of the calls, he's holding a bar and there's a window. And he's like threatening to hit it, and they're like, he's been like breaking stuff. Like, can we just get him gone? And he's like, "Hey, what's up? What's up, officer?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm hungry and I'm cold." I'm like, "Don't do this. Like, let's find some. Like, let's find some resources for you, man. Like, I got pamphlets. We can call them together." And he's like, "The same person." I'm like, "Don't, please don't." And he just shatters it, throws it down, and I'm like,
"Oh man, that's."
I'm like, "Well, let me
tough.
see if they want to prosecute you." He's like, "Of course they do. I just damaged your stuff. I can't afford to pay it." And I'm like, oh, man,
yeah, it's tough. Yeah,
then,
it's heartbreaking,
dude. It is, and like, he obviously didn't he deceased due to his situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, man, he's always good to deal with, super cool with me, never gave me issues, but he was just someone who fell through the cracks of the system and never received the resources he should have probably gotten.
And
I would call, dude, call, and like, "Hey, sorry, we can't." I'm like, You know, I only got so much money, so I'm trying to help him get food and stuff every time I see him, but it's not.
You can only do so much. Yeah, you can only do so much, but it's sad, man. Especially in West Virginia, like I think there's a serious drug problem, fentanyl. I think it's getting better, but there's a serious drug problem in West Virginia and poverty.
There's a lot of people I've had on here from that area. That the West Virginia
Country roads.
Yeah,
I love it, man. I love it.
So take us back. Take us back to Virginia. What'd you do growing up? What were you into? What was what's a kid in West Virginia do?
Yeah, so as a kid, I'm definitely not like the outdoorsman as much as a lot of my friends are. I fish. Never really got into hunting or anything like that. But I was outside all the time playing sports. That's basically what I spent my childhood doing, is playing sports.
What's baseball?
Yeah, baseball. Baseball is definitely what I was best at. I played basketball, like football. I did a little bit of everything, but yeah.
So did you played all organized baseball, obviously, for school?
Yeah, so growing up, I played at Kings Creek. It's just in Weirton, it's just like the rec league. And a lot of my friends ended up going to play for a travel team. I ended up staying at the rec league, and I played there my entire childhood until high school, which was interesting. Like I'm in that space now where I coach kids, and like a lot of these travel organizations are scams. Like they're basically like I'm not trying to point out names of big organizations, but hypothetically, there are organizations where there's like team blue, black, gold, or whatever, and blue's the good team, right? So all of these other teams are funding that top team to go to showcases, to get recruited and stuff like that. Your fees
are pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy, and like so many kids nowadays are. Even if it's not a pyramid scheme, like you don't need to go to Myrtle Beach to go play baseball when you're 12. I mean, it's cool.
There's so much baseball around here.
It's cool. Yeah, it's really cool, but like that's for your development, and you could take that money and go find a good coach and really build skills.
I've noticed that with hockey too. It's like
hockey's an expensive sport. Yeah, it's crazy.
You're like, what are you paying for?
Yeah.
Like, how much are uniforms? How much is this coaching staff?
Yeah, you got 6 uniforms. You're all
cold plunges.
You look fly. You look
like he's 12. Johnny's 12. Why is he cold plunging right now? We cold plunge at home.
Yeah,
that's what I'd hit him with.
It's crazy, but there are good organizations too. I'm not saying that it's all bad, but I played rec ball in Weirton.
See, I never played rec. I just played high school. Went to high school. Didn't make it because it conflicted with, I got told you can't run track and you can't do baseball, and I'm like, well, some other kids are doing it. Like, what do I need to train for track? I'm just running. Sprint. I was never a long distance guy. I was 130 pounds though, so you would think, but
a lot bigger now.
I ate that guy. That guy was breakfast.
Yeah. But I got to high school though. My freshman year of high school, I didn't play football my first year. I was going to focus on basketball and baseball. Around the time of basketball tryouts, I actually got into a 4-wheeler accident. Broke my jaw, had my jaw wired shut. I have a scar like on the side of my face. So I didn't play basketball that year, but then I was back for baseball and everything from there. I actually started my first year for Weir. We weren't very good, but I was a freshman out there, probably maybe 105 pounds. So yeah,
fast.
Yeah, I was fast.
So damn, 4-wheeler accident. How did that impede like your sports stuff? Like you're obviously playing multiple sports, so you have to be active. You're going, and then it's like, just kidding, stop.
Yeah, that whole situation was tough. It's funny because I don't know if my parents will listen to this or not, but I wasn't supposed to be riding 4-wheelers. Somebody in my neighborhood had one. I was out there, and I was just being reckless. I didn't really know what I was doing, hitting jumps, and ended up coming off of it, smacking my face off like concrete. We were in the middle of the woods, like I'm bleeding out. It was insane. But I got back. I was out of school for a while, and it was. I mean, I was a freshman. I was a small kid, and I feel like people were kind of making fun of me. I had a scar on my face. Like I had multiple surgeries on it. I didn't give a fuck. I mean, I was just happy that I didn't get hurt worse.
Yeah,
like, I was so grateful to be alive.
Just
talk your shit. But yeah, but it sucked not being able to play baseball, being able to do a lot of stuff. I couldn't eat. I had my jaw wire shut. I was drinking out of a straw for a while. Like type of punishment my parents could have gave me for not supposed to be riding those I got. But
They hit you with I told you. My mom is infamous for that.
Yeah.
I told you so. It's like right now is not the moment for I told you so.
Yeah.
Like I'm dealing with some stuff. My jaw's wired shut. I told you so. It could wait.
Yeah.
You're laying down. Like, told you shouldn't be doing that.
I couldn't even talk. Like it was horrible.
Stupid question. How do you? So like, where does the food go when your jaw's wired?
So I had braces at the time, and they put like, I don't even know, like brackets on my bottom and these huge bands. So it wasn't technically like wired shut inside, but like I had bands where I couldn't open my mouth. So I was just like, I don't know, just a straw. It would just get in there somehow. Yeah.
Protein shakes for long.
Yeah. Or I was just eating like noodles, like if I could. But yeah, shitty time. So no basketball for me in high school is when I got off rambling. But
no, I love this should be called the Ramble Project because that's what I do. And then people are like, man, that was such a good episode. I'm like, I talked about the most random shit for an hour, but it's authentic. How far did you get with baseball in school?
So, like I was saying, I started my freshman year at Weir, and I stayed there all 4 years. Played my senior year, the senior year, my first game of the football season. I wanted to go play somewhere. That was my dream. Like that's what I wanted to do growing up. I worked my whole life towards that, right? And then my senior year, first game of the football, probably first drive of the game, I tore up my shoulder in my first game of my senior year. Had to have shoulder surgery. And then it was my senior year baseball season, and like I felt like I was the guy on the team. Like we were supposed to go to states. Our team was loaded. We had like 12 seniors, and I felt like I was the guy, the leader. And I didn't even know if I was going to be able to play. And that
What position did you play?
Shortstop. And it was tough because that was that winter, that off season was the time I was supposed to be lifting, getting bigger, going training, going to camps, and I was in a sling. Like I couldn't do anything. So that was really tough for me. I remember I cried my eyes out when I knew I had surgery. I was like, man, we were supposed to go to states. Like I was supposed to go play somewhere. Like it's gone. Like just like that. I didn't even like football. Like I like watching it. I didn't like playing it. I was never even really that good. I was just kind of a role player. I was on the team, but I wasn't an impact player. Like they didn't need me. Like they didn't need me. I was out there to hang out with my friends, to be honest. I ended up hurting myself pretty bad.
I remember crying because I messed up my shoulder and I couldn't play in our saving night. They call it the saving night game. Dude, and that's where like they pick the best from the state, the city, and the best from the county, and then they put them against each other.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember crying. I'm in my last game. Dude, I'm not even a crier ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it. Like, this is it. I'm not, like, I was all right, but I wasn't good enough that I'm taking this to college or.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it sucked so bad. I remember walking towards the locker room. I just fell to my knees and just started crying there. And everyone's like, oh, it's going to be all right. Don't talk to me. I'm not supposed to be crying right now. I know it's going to be all right. I know this is silly.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was so overwhelmed because that's it. There's nothing
crazy.
else.
And you're young, too. It's like, it's your whole life. Like,
yeah.
What's next, you know? But yeah, we went, my senior year, though, we ended up going to the state championship. We got crushed by Bridgeport. But that was cool. But like, so after that ended, I wasn't committed to go play anywhere. I had offers from a couple of different places, D2 schools. I like Cal U a lot up this way. I almost went there. But my plan was to go to the open tryout for WVU, which I ended up doing and making the team. It was cool.
So you missed the championship game.
No.
You made it.
Yeah, we just got
you
crushed.
lose.
Yeah.
How did that loss resonate with you? And like, because for a lot of people that could be like, man, do I continue this?
Yeah.
But like you continue to push forward even.
Yeah. I didn't think it was over yet. I mean,
there was more.
Yeah.
More
it wasn't over yet.
Relentless.
Yeah, it wasn't over yet. I definitely left a bad taste in my mouth because our team was really good. It is what it is.
Did that give you? So it didn't take from you. Did it fuel you to go to WVU and go? You know what? That ain't happening again. I just want to take a second to shout out a few companies who believed in me. These were one of our first official sponsors, so huge shout out. Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Carbo Jewelers.
established in 1997 on the values of honesty and integrity. Whether you're searching for the perfect piece, need expert repair services, visit Carbo Jewelers in Newark's Ironbound District, where your jewelry is always in safe hands. This episode is also brought to you by Continental Jewelers, proudly serving Hudson County, New Jersey since 1964. Whether you're seeking a timeless piece or need expert repairs, they've got you covered. Visit Continental Jewelers, your trusted source for all things jewelry. You can find them on Instagram at Carbo Jewelers or online at carbojewelers.com. Lastly, big shout out to Carbo Trading. Besides coins, precious metals, and jewelry, if it could be traded and collected, he's probably got it. They can be found on Instagram at carbo.trading. You can find all of our sponsors out online on our sponsor page at therelentlessproject.com.
Yeah, I was super excited for the opportunity because the coaches at W knew I was coming. So, like, I had that whole summer, like, I was playing Legion ball. None of my friends were really playing. Their baseball careers were over. So I was still playing Legion baseball, getting ready to go down there and try out. And that tryout's it's a one-day thing. Like, you got to be ready to go as soon as you get there. So I worked all summer for that. A lot of speed training. That was really my thing because we ran like a 60-yard dash or whatever. I ran a 6.4, which is extremely fast for baseball. And as soon as I did that, they were like, okay, he can stay around for a while. But
Quick on his feet.
yeah, but when I got out there, it was like I wasn't set up for success per se. I had already scheduled my classes, so I wasn't on like the athlete schedule. So I had normal classes, and then I was doing the morning lifts, the practice with not a schedule to accommodate that in terms of the classes. So that was extremely tough, and like that's probably played a role in why I didn't eventually work out. But I mean, I had a great experience there. Yeah.
Do you think winning would have given you the same drive that you had that losing did?
I think that loss, I mean, it's not like it eats it to me to this day, but I think it really kind of put perspective into things. Like, it's not always going to be a win. Like, you got to take some L's, like
I'm a huge proponent of that.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people, I think when they experience a loss, especially like that, it could be detrimental to their pursuit of whatever they're going for.
Yeah.
And I think the more L's I take, the more I'm like, all right, let's fucking tighten up and let's not take another one. And I'm always using that to reframe and refuel. But I notice a lot of people don't do that. Like,
yeah.
Like, even you, I feel like you're just like, oh, I mean, it is what it is. Like, okay, you had that mindset at a young age. I've developed that now that I'm older and wiser. So you said it didn't work out. What happened at WVU?
So I made the roster. I was practicing, like I said, crazy practice schedule. I'll back up a little bit before that, right? So that tryout was probably the first week that I was down there. Like freshman at WVU, moving into the dorm. Like, that tryout was a week after I got there. That first weekend that I moved into my dorm, my grandfather passed away, and that was like the first time I was on my own. Very, very special person in my life gone. I'm by myself in this dorm, about to go try out. Like, it was a really, really pivotal moment in my life, I think, because I was lost. Like, I was sitting there by myself. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I had this tryout coming up next week. And like, at that point, like, I didn't even give a fuck about the tryout. Like, I was like, I'm going to go out there. Like, and then I got on the team. And like I said, my schedule was not accommodated for that. And I felt like I was almost like the team bitch, and I just didn't have the best mindset at that time. I was a lot younger.
And what'd you go into school? What were you studying in school?
Finance.
Okay, so you're going in for finance. You're in this like tough spot, right? You're dealing with a loss of a family member who meant a lot to you, and you're walking onto this baseball team. Like, what's going through your mind, dude? Like you said, it is what it is. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, back then, I was in a bad spot, like mentally. Like, I was really confused. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I wasn't in a good spot. That was probably like, I know I'm not super old, but that was probably one of the lower moments. Like, I was by myself on on my own for the first time. Just found out my grandfather passed away. I'm working my ass off on this team that I may never even get to play for. Like I'm kind of there, but
And you're
I'm
like,
not,
what does it mean? What does it matter?
yeah, what is this? What is like? What am I doing this for? Like, I'm not even enjoying baseball anymore. So that kind of happened, and I ended up. They called me for a meeting. Basically said, "Hey, you're great. You're just not for us. We brought in the best recruiting class we've had in forever. We'll help you transfer wherever you want to go. We'll put a word in for whatever school. Give us a list, and we'll help you transfer." And I put some thought into it. I entered the transfer portal back then, and I got some bites, but it's like I was at WVU. That's where my friends were. I just want to focus on school. Yeah. Because I wanted to be a lawyer too. So like that was always the goal, even from high school.
Oh, so you wanted to be a lawyer?
Yeah.
But you went into finance. So like to get into law school, you just need a bachelor.
Yeah, any degree.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, you can do it right now. Yeah.
I got a bachelor's in marketing and a minor in communications.
I think you would be good.
Objection.
Yeah, I think it would be good. Yeah, it's cool. So I did finance basically because honestly, my dad told me, it was like, you don't want to go get a history degree and then what if you don't get into law school, or what if it doesn't work out? You need to have something. When you walk out of there, you can get a job somewhere. Like you don't want to go study, I don't know,
finance
dance or some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, and then finance, I mean, you can use that
I
in
think
your personal life and now that you kind of started your own thing, like that's
definitely helped my business mindset because they don't really teach that in law school either. Like it's more just the material, not like how to go do your own thing or how to run a business. Like that's a whole separate thing.
Yeah, they need like
they used to have a
business
class
for law.
Yeah, they used to have a class, but they didn't have it when I was there.
Interesting. So, and you're actually coaching now too. So like, that's still a thing in your life.
Yeah,
many years later.
Yeah, I've been coaching since probably around the same time that I got cut. Like I was training there on the side at this facility called Top Prospects, and I was doing individual hitting lessons, male or girls and boys. I still do it. It has to be the only way I'm doing it now if you're serious about it. Like if you actually want to get better. Like before I was doing it, I'll go set the ball on for Johnny on the tee and he can swing away. Like he's not a serious.
Like, what are you doing?
He's not listening to anything I say. He's not actually trying to get better. His parents are making him come here. Like I will work with someone who really wants to put the time in and see what they can get out of it.
Yeah, that's always tough. You're like, he's grittying.
Yeah, but it was a nice gig though. When I was in undergrad college, I had no money, so it was like nice spending money.
So when you see a kid who isn't the most talented, but he's busting his ass,
I love that.
Like what? Yeah, what do you see? Because I see that when I see kids like that, I see myself.
Yeah.
Right. Because in football, wasn't the best football player. I was all right. I was average. In baseball, wasn't the best baseball player. Average. I wasn't the fastest kid. But like one thing I was I always fucking put in the reps, went extra, went above and beyond. Always try to motivate the group. Like that's always been ingrained in me is working hard. Because when you come from nothing, the only thing you have is work.
Yeah.
Man, we got fucking automatic fire going on here. Pipes in his butt. No, I always tell people, like, you may not get the silver spoon. You may not get, born into a lavish family with resources, but you do have what you put in, right? Work, mindset, approach. Use the resources you have. Time, right? When you're broke, you got a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of time growing up, and I wasted a lot of it as a kid. But like the older I got, I'm like, man, my approach is the only thing I can control. I can't control the outcome, but I can approach what I put in. So when I see a kid who's like maybe not the most talented, but they're busting their ass, or like, I had someone reach out to me the other day, and they're like, hey, can I do six reels for you for free? I was like, yeah, sure. It provides them to me. I'm like, man, I like this. I like what you're doing. You kind of embody the theme of the podcast. He's like, can I give you the analytics and what I think should be? I'm like, sure. Then I ended up reaching out to him and saying, hey, how much do you want to get paid for this? Like, let's work something out. I like what you're doing. He's like, well, I don't have anything. I'm doing this on my phone. I'll work with you. Yeah. Dude, I'm like, I'll work, because that was me. just using what I have, dude. Like, and I was having a conversation with my buddy last night where we were doing all this. And I'm like, I almost want to buy him a laptop and like start his business, you know, and like, dude, grow this for yourself. He messaged me, Happy New Year. You're on a great thing. I'm like, we're on a great thing, dude. You took a risk with me. I'm gonna take a risk with you. Let's see where we can go with this.
100%.
You know, like I see myself in that dude because he's like reaching out, grinding. He's like, hey, I only have my phone. Like, this is all I got. I don't have, you know, the one day he's like, hey, I can't get you the reels because I don't have Wi-Fi right now. But when I get it, I'm like, bro, we're good. Like,
that's someone you want in your corner though. Like,
yeah, like so he's grinding.
He's gonna get the job done. I feel like what he's doing, he's just coming from a good place. He doesn't really want anything from you. I mean, he just wants to get better at his craft and build with you. That's always important.
I'm the same way, man. So you studied finance, but you always wanted law. Why law?
Yeah, if I give an honest answer, I could come up with some other stuff, but an honest answer would be like I just seen a lot of attorneys have a lot of money. They always had. Yeah. I mean, that's just genuine. I don't have this overwhelming passion. I've developed a passion for it, but like when I was in high school or in undergrad, like I was trying to make money was the passion. But like now, I'm really switching. Like after I got into it and saw what was going on, like there's so many different ways I can impact people's life in a positive way, and there's not a lot of professions where you can do that. So I really switched. But at first, I was after money. That's no doubt about that.
That's fair. I appreciate the honesty, but in doing that, you figured out, hey man, like there's so much more to this.
Yeah, and I actually like this. Yeah, this is really cool. Like I enjoy what I'm doing.
You're getting paid to argue, bro.
Yeah.
Come
I really
on, bro.
enjoy
As a
it.
Hispanic, I love it. I love it.
I enjoy it, and I really enjoy like cross-examination, like being in the courtroom. Like that's like it gets me out of bed in the morning. Like I love doing it. And every time you're in there, like.
It's a new arena, man.
Yeah, it's a new arena. There's different people, and like, if I go in and cross-examine a cop, and I do a great job on my cross, like, he's gonna come back the next time and think, oh shit, like, let me make sure this is right. Like, let me make sure I'm on point. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. And that's what I've been doing a lot of the past year and a half. I've been really like trying to improve my skills and just getting a good reputation for myself around the city.
And you're out of West Virginia, right? Like
Morgantown, West Virginia. Yep.
Oh, that's dope. And you worked for the Veterans Advocacy Clinic? Like, how did that come about?
Yeah, so my third year of law school, you can sign up for a clinic. In the Veterans Advocacy Clinic, like we were doing like VA benefits for veterans, but we were also doing like actual legal work for them. Like we did a case on my client's neighbor built a garage on his property. So we had a case where basically we're trying to get that removed. It was pretty messed up how it went down, but there's a huge structure on my client's property now. Like that can't be there. So I got to be in court and argue that when I was in a third year law student. It was really cool when I was under Jed Nolan. He has his own practice in West Virginia, and he's a great attorney. He really helped me a ton get practical experience before I went out into actual practice, because before like I said previously, like you read the books, you read Supreme Court opinions, you read how they analyze the law or how they rule on a certain issue, but you don't actually know how day to day these magistrate courts operate or these circuit court operates. Like that's real practice. Obviously, Supreme Court puts out the most important opinions, and they're the highest court in the land. But there's a bunch of different arenas per se.
That's true. Like we have a new guy working with, and I tell him, I'm like, hey man, like you got to get to know the judges, get to know the attorneys, because you know a lot of times we will be in the back and we're just like, hey, this is what we got. Like what can we come up and we're actually working together for a common goal.
Yeah.
Other times you're like, fuck this dude. He's done. Everything's sticking. And then you get in front of a judge and you guys are going at it. Like there's so many intricacies, and you it's like going to the academy. You go to the academy, you do traffic stops in the academy, you do defensive tactics and all this, and then you get on the job and you're like, holy shit, this is like nothing like the academy.
Yeah, this is real life.
Yeah, you walk up to the car and you're like, hey, I stopped, and they're like, fuck you, you piece, and you're like, what do I do with this? Get out of the car. Why are you asking to get out of the car? Like, you got to be able to. And I always tell them, I'm like, if you can articulate what you're doing, you have a very good chance. If you hit someone with, I don't know, even if it's right, you're wrong, because you can't explain why you're doing what you're doing. So it's having the ability to articulate why you did what you did. That's very important, and figuring things out in the courtroom, figuring things out on the street. Like, you have to be able to think on the fly. That is one of the biggest qualities as a cop, is being able to think on the fly as an attorney. You get hit with some cross-examine or something, or something gets introduced, and you don't know that. Hold on, I was never given that in discovery.
Yeah.
If you don't know,
and it happens quick too.
Dude,
like,
it does.
Like you doze off for a second. Like, a lot's going on.
What
there.
just happened?
Yeah.
Why did you just rule?
It happens real quick. Yeah, and I think those are two invaluable skills, to be able to articulate yourself and figure things out. I think if you can do that, you can basically do anything, right?
Yeah.
In the business world or in any world.
I think that's a strong characteristic to have in anything you do.
Yeah.
Think on the fly. How did that experience, you mentioned a little bit, working with the Veterans Clinic, kind of set you up for the real world?
It was awesome. Like I said, I got to be in court as a student and draft my arguments, go in there and present them in front of the real judge that I'll be practicing in front of not too long from now. So that was awesome, and I just saw a bunch of different things. Like I saw the veterans benefits, how you can help veterans get their disability benefits or whatever they were searching for, but also like how to file something, how to respond to discovery, how to research. There's just a lot of value in that clinic. And my sister's in law school right now. I told her to join it. She didn't listen to me, but I think it was. I don't think if I wasn't in Veterans Clinic, I don't think I would have my own practice right now. Is kind of how I look at it. It's just like it kind of expedited my growth.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that because you started to practice
quick,
man.
Quick.
You competed in a lot of trial comps. How does that compare to practicing for a sport? Because these two things are kind of very similar, right? There's a lot of prepping, there's a lot of practice, there's a lot of doing your research, and then you get into the arena or you get on the field, and then it's go time. And now you have to, everything you prepare for, here's where it shows how prepared you are. Like, how do those two compare?
It's definitely extremely similar. Any sport or any training, you're putting in reps, you're putting the time in. Same way with the trial comp. You get a huge packet of stuff you got to go through. You got to build your case, and you don't know when you're doing those trial competitions, you don't know which side you're going to be on. So they can say, hey, you're going to be the prosecutor on this, or you're going to be the defense attorney. So you got to know the case, because I guess for the first round, but if you win, like that, the other side could have been defense as well. So it's defense, or one of you guys have to switch. So you got to argue the other side of the case, and a lot of prep goes into that, and it's a different type of prep in terms of like sports or training. Like, I feel like your brain's kind of like a muscle as well. Like, you have to build that stamina and build that, put the reps in mentally before you can go into a courtroom and actually articulate yourself and sound intelligent. And I think a lot of the ones that I did in law school, I was a little bit too worried about what other people were going to think of me. Like, I was like, are they going to think I'm dumb if I say this? Or I was overthinking it a little bit too much, but I was inexperienced. I didn't really know what I was doing. And
you're in school.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going against my classmate. I don't want to lose to this girl, or I don't want to, like, is she going to tell people I'm stupid, or I said this? Like, but now I don't give a fuck about it.
Dude didn't even object. What an idiot.
Yeah, because law school's intense, man. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like, you're graded on a bell curve. So like, if you're in a class of say 50, only 5 people can get an A. So like, you're competing against each other. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic.
That's an interesting way to grade.
It's an interesting dynamic because then it almost like puts people against each other. It's like, I don't want to go study with him or talk to him about this topic because then he may get a better grade than me than the final. So it's a weird way to do things, and I think it makes sense because there's a lot of content you got to learn quickly, but it also like I said, puts people against each other.
Yeah, and I think that's great. Like I believe competition's awesome.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, "Why do you help so many people start a podcast?" I'm like, "Because it makes me better." Like if I can give this person an hour of my time and their podcast takes over mine, I need to do something different.
Yeah,
There's
it's a
things I
you
can
problem.
improve on.
Yeah.
Like I can't be mad at them because they took the advice and ran with it and are successful. I need to be checking myself like, okay, what am I doing that where am I cutting corners or where can I be more efficient? Like it helps me. Like everyone wants to compete and think it's an issue. I'm like, I love competition
Yeah.
because it forces me to look at myself and go, well, all right, I need to change some things, you know?
You learn a lot in that. Yeah.
You do. And if
Yeah.
you approach competition like, oh, I don't want to give them my play because then it gives me an advantage. I can understand that. But like also, how are you going to get better?
and someone else is coming anyways, even in my world. Like if someone graduated law school and wanted help how to start their own practice in Morgantown, I would be like, yeah, this is what you got to do. Like, good luck. I'll help you any way you need. Like there's enough around for everybody to eat. Like there's no hard feelings. There's probably a million podcasts. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like which one? Mine isn't 2 hours of someone's day.
Yeah.
Like if there's that many podcasts out, I better be doing something to be on top of the list.
Yeah.
Is stepping into a courtroom the same adrenaline dump as like stepping on the field? Like, do you get that same rush?
It depends on what I'm arguing. Like if I know like I'm going in there, there's like say I'm in a sentencing hearing where my client could do 10 years. Like I'm nervous. I don't show it, I don't think, but I'm like it's like the duck almost. Like you're paddling like hell and like comment like that.
Staying in the same spot.
Yeah. That's me. But yeah, it's definitely adrenaline. I get fired up. And it like again, like if I know I have a big hearing that day, like my body wakes me up. Like I got to get up and go. Like yeah.
Like, I can't be sleeping when I got someone who's doing 10 years on the line.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it's interesting. When did you pass the bar?
October of 2024.
Okay, so you passed the bar in October 2024, and you launch Rosnick Law.
August of 2025.
So walk us through that timeline of less than a year.
Yeah. So
Like, how did that come to be, and why did you make that decision so soon?
So in law school, I worked at a firm in town. A guy, he was probably 2 or 3 years above me in law school, good friend of mine. And I was working with him, and then I ended up taking a job with him at his firm. Kind of how I'll back up a little bit. Kind of how it works though. Like I took the bar in July of 2024, knew I passed in August, and I couldn't get sworn until October. So like I graduated in May. I didn't work from May to October. Basically, it's like a dead period. I'm not licensed yet. So I was extremely poor at that time, but I was working with him.
I was extremely poor.
Extremely poor at that time, but I was working with him. As soon as I got licensed, he already had a huge caseload, criminal cases, property damage cases, a bunch of stuff. He was sending me to court. Like I was in court the same day I was licensed. So a lot of my classmates go to these bigger firms or different places, and they're not putting you in those situations. But he trusted me. He knew like, I'm gonna get it done. Like I'm gonna figure it out. If not, right?
Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah. So I was in the courtroom a lot, and then I got on kind of how I kind of started building my caseload was I got on a court-appointed list in Montague County, which is Morgantown, and a court-appointed list in Marion County, which is Fairmont, West Virginia. And basically, the judge just if someone needs an attorney, can't afford one, they appoint me to it, and that was so helpful for me because I was dealing with so many different cases that I wouldn't have been able to get. Nobody's going to hire a dude who just got out of law school just to represent him on. They could do 15 years.
Yeah,
like
I
I wouldn't hire him. Yeah. So, but like that was a good opportunity for me to get my feet wet and actually get better at the craft. So.
And usually lawyers wait a decade. Yeah. 15 years. Like you made the jump quick. Like how's that been since you launched Rosnick Law?
It's been tough, and in terms of the decade stuff, like I was thinking the same thing. Like this is crazy. I'm 26. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but then on the other side of that, I was thinking like 10, 15 years from now, I'll be 36, and I'll be 10 years owning my own firm. Extremely experienced, business owner, attorney, whatever you need me to be. I think I can be it in 10 years of growth. So it was an interesting move, but I have a couple mentors in town who have their own firms, and like they were so supportive of it. They were like, dude, you just got to do it and make it work. I will say though, my other gig where I was working just at another guy's office was a lot easier and less time consuming. Like, I'm the owner. It sounds cool, but like I'm working my ass off. Like
everybody wants to start a business.
Yeah, it sounds a lot. Even when I tell people, oh yeah, Rosnick Law, like, buddy, I don't think you want to run Rosnick Law right now. Like, this is tough. Like, very, very tough. I don't have a secretary or paralegal right now, so it's really just me. My little sister's a 3L at W, which means she's in her last year of law school, and she'll come and help when I need her in a pinch. But really, every phone call, anything that's sent from my office is from me, from my work. So there's a lot of nights where I'll leave my office at midnight and be back at 8 a.m. But it's fine. Like I'm grateful for it, and I think it's gonna pay off.
See, but you got to have that in you, right? Because everybody wants to be an entrepreneur because it gives them freedom. When in reality, you don't get that freedom for years, bro. Like same with the podcast. I don't have a producer. I don't have an editor. I don't have a graphic designer. Like I do it all.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a lot of hours that takes away from my family. It takes away from my friends. You know, when people are like, oh, let's go out. Let's go. I'm like, I got to edit the podcast. They're like what? Like, dude, it's cool. But then when people talk to you, like, oh, you have a podcast, you have this. And I'm like, you know, like I've gotten into this sphere of other podcasters. Like I'm going to one in Florida. Dude he rents out a studio. They do all the work. And I'm like, man, that'd be nice. That'd be very nice. You just show up, have the conversation, leave, and it's all done. Like that. But I don't have that luxury right now.
I feel like these days are important for both of us. Like this is the building time. Like you got to lay the groundwork, build something valuable, and then once you get to that point, then you can delegate some work and make your life a little bit better, right?
Yeah, but I love it, man. I love the grind. I love the chaos. Like I take on more work because I enjoy it.
It's different too whenever you're doing it for like you. You know, it's like your thing. Like this is for me. It's Rosnick Law. So like, if I come out here and I'm fucking off these cases, like Rosnick Law is not going to have a very good name around town, and that's me. I'm Rosnick Law. You know, so it's tough.
I am him.
Yeah.
Who is he? I am. that quote is like from a bowler.
Yeah,
it's like one of the baddest fucking quotes I've ever seen. So you're a lawyer. You're a lawyer, right? What is your primary focus? Criminal defense. But you say you do other stuff. But what's your like main?
My main thing is criminal defense right now, but I also do family law, like divorces, child custody cases, and I do civil litigation. I have a couple different cases. I have like a house fire case, dog bite case.
You do it all.
I do. It's a general practice, but I would say my main thing is criminal defense. I'm in court. Like I'm a litigator. Like I'm in court. I'll try a case. Like
and we see that on TV.
Yeah.
Is it like TV? The intense when you're in court.
Yeah, I mean they play it up for yeah. It's not as serious as that. I mean, obviously serious, but it's not like this whole theatric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the reality of having someone's freedom like in your hands? Is it a burden or is it a privilege?
I would say it's a privilege. I read a quote not too long ago. It was like, do you think I forget the name they used, but like, do you think he cares if you go in there, you do a good job, and he gets sentenced, but you were a great lawyer, or do you think he cares if you win? Like you're in a result-based business. Like no one cares if you went in there, you advocated your best, or came up with a creative argument and you really articulated it well. No one cares if he goes to jail for 40 years. He doesn't care. He probably hates your guts. He probably thinks it's your fault. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure, and like I said, it keeps me up at night. Not in a bad way, but like it keeps me going. And it's hard to. Right now is kind of the issue I've been running into. Like I went on vacation for 4 days, and then it was Christmas, and then it was New Year's, and it's like, if I'm not there, this business isn't running. These people are in jail. Like I got to work. Yeah, like there's no stepping away.
You don't
from
have
it.
a vacation.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, let me unplug.
No, I was working. I was filing motions in Florida. Yeah, it's crazy. But
that's the life of a business owner.
Yeah.
We're sitting here in January. The firm is about 4 or 5 months old. What's been the hardest punch to your face that you've taken as a business owner?
Yeah, so this is an interesting story, honestly. I retained a dude for he was getting divorced. I was going to represent him in that divorce, so he retained me. He paid me on my card reader. Like I have a card reader where you submit payment for my fee. So that was on around Thanksgiving. I think it was the day of Thanksgiving he paid me. He wanted to meet with me in person on Friday. I was like, hey, I'm home with my family. I'll get with you early next week. I just can't meet you right now. I'm not in town. He started popping off a little bit about it over text. I was like, no, listen, like I'll see you early next week. We're good. Like I just got on your case. Nothing's pressing. We're going to be all right. And, he freaked out on me. Monday morning, I woke up to a text like, I'm going to bury you. You're about to see the power of voodoo magic or some shit. Like he texted that to me.
I don't fuck with that.
I don't fuck with it either. Like I've been talking to people about that. I don't fuck with the voodoo magic, but it's funny that I say this. So a couple weeks ago, so that happened. He said he was going to bury me. I was like, all right, I'm not working on your case, whatever. Like me and you, we're not cool.
You're fired.
Yeah, you're
fired,
gone.
bro.
You're gone, buddy. But so I got him a cashier's check for what he paid me and mailed it to him with tracking, all that. He gets my cashier check. Well, I don't know when he received it, but he disputed the card transaction. So I basically got
Double whack.
pulled out of my account out of nowhere, and I'm not like it was detrimental, but I mean, like I got expenses, I got shit to
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So it was like extremely tough, and then dealing with him and his voodoo magic like really had me all messed up for a little while. So I think that was the toughest, and I learned from that too. Like I can't take on like that's what I was saying earlier. Like I'm not gonna take every case. Like we got to work together. Like that dude was working against me when I was trying to help
We're supposed
him.
to be a team.
Yeah. So that was tough. But besides that, I mean, just the hours have been the toughest part for me. Like 60 hours a week, usually. Yeah,
On average.
Yeah, usually. But
And and you train Muay Thai.
yeah.
So how does that come into play? How long you been doing that?
So I started that when I was in law school. I would say about a year and a half, 2 years, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. It feels like a long time. But yeah, I train out of Fight Society in Morgantown. Jenny Freitas is the fighter out of there. She's pretty tough. Yeah.
Anyone who does Muay Thai, I'm like, oh fuck.
Now she's
Watch the legs.
she's super motivating, man. Like she runs marathons. Like she fought on, I think it's RWS. It's big in Muay Thai. Big on big promotions, and she's like, she works a normal job, like works her ass off. Like she's motivating. Like it's crazy.
Is it like your release?
Yeah.
Or is it just a hobby?
I would say it's a hobby for sure. It's a good workout. It's just kind of like I could go lift weights, but like I know if I go there, like I'm gonna get pushed a little bit. Someone's over me, like watching me. Like it's easy to slack whenever you're by yourself, just lifting.
How important is it to have a physical outlet when your job is so mental?
It's good. I always feel I always feel a lot better when I leave there. Trench and sweat and just work my ass off. It is a good release for sure.
What else do you do? Like, do you do anything else outside of, your business, Muay Thai? Like, how do you kick back? What's a escape for you?
Yeah, that's a tough question. Like, I feel like a couple months ago it would have been different, but like right now, a lot of my free time is at my law firm. But
My
like,
escape
if I go,
work.
I like go and watch the games or with my friends or something like that. I always make time for it. But right now, I don't have any like other hobbies. I'm kind of all in on this shit. Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer. And on that, I always there's this new series I'm doing, the Relentless Rapid Round.
Mm-hmm.
So as we wind down the show, I ask a series of quick questions, no thinking, just
Okay.
straight to the top.
Let's do it.
You ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. I just want the truth. If you could have a walkout song play every time you walk into a courtroom and defend a client, what is it?
Superstar Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, yeah, that already.
You like that?
What hurts more, a leg kick in Muay Thai or a judge sustaining an objection against you?
Leg kick. Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, fuck these objections. To the 18-year-old kid who just got cut from the team, what is the one sentence you tell them?
keep going, man. It's going to work out. It's not going to be how you planned it. It's going to work out though.
What is one thing about growing up in Weirton, West Virginia that prepared you for being a criminal defense attorney?
I think I got a lot of exposure to a lot of different things in Weirton and Steubenville area. I think that I saw a lot of the things that I wanted to improve on, and I saw a lot of attorneys being extremely successful in Weirton as well. So I think I learned a lot from being from Weirton.
If you could defend any fictional character in court from movie or game, who are you representing?
Oh, this is tough. I'm not a big movie guy. Oh, man.
Show, anything.
You ever seen Power? Ghost from Power? Yeah.
Well, you talk about being busy. He'll keep you busy.
I think his attorney ended up getting smoked. Like, I think they killed him off. I don't know if that's a good answer.
He just didn't do his job right, that's all. We talk about that burden, right?
Yeah.
You've launched a firm. You're building this life. What does greatness mean to Jacob Rosnick?
Greatness to me is positively impacting as many lives as I can. When people meet me, I want them to be better off because they knew me, or I want people to, like a lot of this, I was thinking like 2025, I was really focused on just the next case or the next dollar, but like really this year, I want to really get good at my craft, the best at my craft, and I know the money will come and be able to help so many more people. So I would say that's my answer for that.
And the last question, 5 years from now, what are you celebrating?
Probably the opening of my 5th different office or something along those lines. Maybe bringing in a couple more attorneys here and there. I would say my next goal really is to get an office up Pittsburgh area. Like I'd really like to do that.
Well, it is busy.
Yeah,
it is busy.
Yeah.
Where can people follow you online if they maybe need representation or they want to follow your journey?
Yeah, it's at Rosnick Law on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Rosnick Law. You can follow me on there, and if you just want a free consultation or talk about your issue, I'm always make myself available for that.
Okay, and as people are listening to this and the episode's over, they're going back to their lives, what's one piece of advice you'll give them?
I would say just take that leap. Don't listen to how it worked out for this guy or another person. It's your journey. You're in complete control of it, and make it the best you can.
Well, brother, I appreciate you for coming on to the Relentless Project. This is Jacob Rosnick, and we're out.
Yes, sir.
Later.
I appreciate you, man.
And that was Jacob Rosnick. I love his story because it's about refusing to take no for an answer. He got told no by the D1 roster, so he found another way. He could have stayed safe working for himself, but he told himself yes and launched Rosnick Law. There's a lesson there for all of us. If the front door is locked, check the back door. If the back door is locked, check the window. If the window's locked, break the damn wall down. If you're in Morgantown or anywhere in West Virginia and you find yourself in a corner, whether it's criminal defense, family law, or you just need someone who isn't afraid to fight for you, call Jacob. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to Rosnick Law and get a competitor on your side. Support those who support the vision. And for you listening right now, take a page out of Jacob's book. If you got cut from the team this year or you didn't get the promotion, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Join the club team. Start the business. Bet on yourself. If this story fired you up, don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with one friend who needs a push. Follow the Relentless Project on Instagram, X, and YouTube at Relentless PRJCT. Leave a 5-star review so we can keep bringing you these real stories. Subscribe, drop a comment, all that good stuff. We don't settle. We don't quit. I'm Ish. This is the Relentless Project, and see you on the next one. Later.